And we're back. So, Toby and the gang have spent the night in Nalia's estate. Well, technically ours, but I'm still going to call it Nalia's, just because it sort of is. And I've also taken the opportunity to change up my spells a little bit, because we got a couple of new spell slots, and I had a few spells that I just wanted to switch out because I wasn't using them. So I'll just go over those real quick. Minsk's is the simplest, obviously. He just gets another healing spell at level 1. That is quite literally all he has. Jaheira, I gave her another level 1 bless. I'm gonna let her keep her level 2 spells being nothing but fire swords, because those are the only spells of hers in the level 2 category I ever use. Level 3, I just gave her another Cold Lightning. Level 4, I gave Jaheira... Actually, I don't think I gave her anything at level 4. Level 5, I gave her Mass Cure, so she can heal a lot of people at once. Level 6 was Animal Summoning level 3. Or, Animal Summoning 3, rather. It's all of her spells. Yoshimo obviously doesn't have spells. Animan, he has basically all the same spells for level 1 and also for level 2. I think we gave him an additional level 3 Cure Medium Wounds, but I might be imagining that. He got some more Cure spells anyways. No, it was level 5 you got a new Cure spell. Cure Critical Wounds. So, essentially just better. And that's all for Animan. Now, Nalia, she hasn't changed anything for her level 1 spells. Level 2, she got another Acid Arrow, if I'm not much mistaken. Level 3, I gave her Ghost Armor. Level 4 was another Monster Summon 2. And level 5, Chaos. Which, Chaos, just in case you're not aware what this is, if you remember from a couple of encounters back in Baldur's Gate 1, where the enemies just tossed out a spell and all my party just lost control of themselves and started wandering in random directions, Chaos basically does that. It's a higher level version of that spell, which is called Confusion. Anyways, we want to get back to the city of Athkatla, because we have some business to take care of there before we head out and take care of some other wilderness questing. We wanted to pop in and see if there was anything going on that needed our attention, after all.
Greetings, Your Grace.
I actually have a rather angry merchant by the name of Tolmas Bendelia has been demanding to see you. It may have something to do with his caravan being waylaid by bandits passing through the region, but he refuses to speak to anyone but your lordship. He is an influential merchant in the area. I believe he owns the deed to more than one local farmhold. Will you grant this man an audience, my lord? Certainly we'll grant him an audience. Show him in. Excellent, my lord. I shall send for him immediately. Well, it sounds like it's a good thing we decided to stop by, then. You there. Are you the one who has replaced Lord de Arnis in this land? I demand immediate restitution for this outrage. I suggest you calm yourself, Mr. Bendelia, and perhaps start by explaining to Lord Toby exactly what sort of outrage you are referring to. Faugh, as if you did not know. I am well aware that this land was overrun by those filthsome trolls, but that business is now over with and done. Bandits have invaded the passes in the southern reaches of your land. Bandits. I've had my caravans traveling through this area for the past 10 years and have never heard of bandits here. You're responsible for the safety of this area. These fiends burned my caravan and took all my goods. I demand restitution and a guarantee that these bandits will be eliminated as soon as possible. If you ignore me, I swear that not only shall I not travel through these lands again, but I shall foreclose on every farmhold I hold a debt for. I swear I shall. As I said, it cannot be easily ignored. And you will be upset if their farms are foreclosed, and the bandits will have to be dealt with sooner or later. We do not have the strength yet to face them. Our patrols simply have too few men. Obviously the bandits have noticed. We would need mercenaries, my lord. I know a few reliable mercenary companies we could acquire for 500 gold. I would handle this problem. You could go as low as 250, but that would take longer. Enough of this chatter. I demand an answer. Will I have my restitution or not? First of all, before I answer that, perhaps you could answer something for me. How much was your caravan worth? I can't, after all, give you restitution if I don't have a number. 1,000 gold pieces, easily. Very well then. 1,000 gold pieces it is. You are very generous, my lord. You know the value of business to your land, I see. And as for the bandits, what is to be done of them? I will spend 500 gold to hire mercenaries. They will be quickly driven from my land. Good enough then. Perhaps I shall return to this area and continue supplying the locals with goods. As long as you keep to your promises, my lord. Well, that cost us a bit of money, but as Toby sees it, he's responsible for making sure this that the lands that are sworn to this keep, was struggling to think of the words there, he's responsible for making sure that they that these lands are safe, so that means spending some of his own money, so be it. I mean, we are technically a noble now, so it is important that we deal with this responsibly, as he sees it. Anything else? How are things going around here? Not much has changed. Anyone else here to see me? Okay. Well, I'd like to access whatever's been collected through taxes. Of course, I have stored all the taxes so far in the library cabinet on the second floor. Okay, actually I'm not going to be bothered with that. If I remember right, it was only 500 gold, which is not a lot, considering the amount that we have in our own personal funds at this moment in time.
Oh, yes.
So now, that's everything that we need to see to around here. The matters of the keep have been resolved. What matters there were to resolve, that is. And we can head back to the city. There are a few things in the city that need to be seen to, after all. So now we're going to head straight for the graveyard district. That little boy, we wanted to lay his spirit to rest, was the main thing.
Hello there.
And Nalia has a messenger. Miss Nalia? Yes, that is my name. What can I do for you, son? I have a message for you, Miss Nalia, from the residents of the family de Arnai's estate. I must get an imprint of your signet ring to prove I found you. Of course, you have done well. Thank you, Miss Nalia, though I do hate to be the bearer of somber news. Here is your message. Safe travels to you. Let's see what this says then, shall we? Oh my. I must go to the graveyard district in Athkatla at once. All other concerns must wait. I am sorry, but I must insist upon this. What's wrong? It must be quite grave. It must be quite grave to cause you such grief. You are more correct than you might have wished, but I forgive your ignorance. The message is about my father's funeral. I must go to the graveyard district. Then we'll be off as soon as possible. Thank you. I do appreciate this. It seems I owe you another debt of gratitude. Yeah, though it's not like Toby was just going to refuse to let Nalia attend her father's funeral. That would just be a dickish thing to do, honestly. It really would. And fortunately, we're already there, so that helps. They are waiting for you upstairs.
Something you need? Just as I thought!
Please stop blocking me. I have a little boy's spirit to deal with. I want to take care of that spirit matter before we go into your father's funeral, Nalia. Nothing personal. But I did promise him I would, so I like to keep my promises. Is what it is, really. Okay, I guess we won't be taking care of that right now, because I just remembered something. We picked up that quest from him
with all
at
its people
home.
and their accumulated
We picked that quest
yes.
up at night. And god damn it, Yoshimo, why do you have to
Ready
distract
and
me like
able.
that? We picked
Onward then.
it up at night, so it probably has to be nighttime for us to find him.
My time is quick, so be brief, commoner.
Strange that more have not come to the funeral, while the market has fluctuated and many nobles are absorbed in their figures and books. I would have hoped they could have made time. Oh, Nalia, I quite agree. I may not have been the most cutthroat of businessmen, but your father deserved respect. Thank you for that, Lord Donderberg. My pleasure, my dear. Though the honor to say such is mine, I hope I can aspire to gauge my integrity in comparison to your father's. You always were one of the more understanding of father's friends. I thank you, my dear. Now go, and don't let the dark cloud above this place seep into your heart. So apparently Nalia is not the only noble who has a soul.
Yes?
Shock and disbelief.
I need a swig of some strong dwarven ale.
Damn ye for dying, Dearnis. You still owed me a keg and a hunt since me last visit. To your health, wherever you are. Bonchi? Is that you? Who would know me nickname? Little Nalia. Oh, you're a sight for my eyes, I tell you. Oh, but girlie, I am sorry for what has happened. Don't be sorry. Father would love that you came. You scare the nobles something fierce. That I do, and rightfully so. Someone has to liberate the people beneath the yoke of the nobles. Soon comes the time to strike. Bonchi! Hehehe. Look at 'em squirm around the room. Oh, I don't be nothing, but they don't know that. Thanks, Bonchi, you've made me smile. And my work is done for the 10-day. I will leave on this good note before we start to crying and backslapping. And if you must, Bonchi, safe travels. I gotta. May your heart and troubles both be light, Nalia. Aw, I like that guy. God damn it, why couldn't we have him for a companion? That would have been the best. Really would have.
I welcome you with outstretched hand.
Welcome to this place for this somber occasion. Mingle and celebrate the life of Lord Dearnis. We would have everyone speak as equals. It was good of you to come, Nalia. I know your father would have appreciated it. I hope so. I'm sure quite a few of his business partners could do without seeing me. That may well be, but today is not for such things. We are celebrating a life in this place, and all grievances should be put aside. Now it only remains to see if they'll actually do that, and I have my doubts. I will try. Again, your father would have appreciated it. Wonder and speak with the others, and talk of how you felt about him. I've told everyone to do as much. Your father would prefer the honest talking of friends over pre-written speeches. And Lady Tandalin of That's a name and a half, to be sure.
Stand where you're at, peasant.
Oh, Lord Dearnis did fraternize with some colourful company, I must say. Not what I would expect from a gentleman's funeral. I already don't like her. I'm rather glad I came. This is turning into quite the place to be seen. Okay, maybe she's not as bad as I thought. I took that at first as some kind of veiled insult, quite honestly. And Ronal. Wasn't that the family that Nalia said she was supposed to marry into but didn't want to? This is not going to go over well. Definitely not.
I am quite through with you for the moment.
Do stand away from me. I find your presence here an insult as it is. Lord Dearnis slummed around entirely too much, if you ask me. Yeah, well, fuck you too, buddy.
I'll heed no churlishness, peasant.
Lord Dearnis certainly kept buried company. I recognize very few people, least of all yourself. If you would excuse me. I don't like any of you. Not in the slightest.
I welcome you with outstretched hand.
I do not enjoy being around any of you. I really do not.
I don't like cities much. They're built on... How can I help? I will do what I can.
Nalia, my dear, I have been worried sick about
I had to have her within proximity to trigger the important part, apparently. Now let's see how many times Toby needs to beat him up.
Oh no, it's Isaiah. Let's get out of here.
No, do not turn away. It has been so long since I have seen your face. So regal and, a bit dirty, actually. Have you been slumming again? Naughty. Well, we knew we weren't going to like him. And Toby is already having to resist the urge to get out his swords and start stabbing, which is not a good sign. Kindly place a cork in it, I say. I do not slum. Foppish fools looking for a thrill slum. I help people. Of course, one must have one's little hobbies, but it's just about time you honored our, agreement. The honor of your house is at stake, you recall. My home has a new head that owes you no allegiance. Do such agreements carry beyond the death of the makers? No, a master of weapons may assume title to... Know as well as I do that arrangement is a fabrication. A word, you have brought them here. This orc is ruling your house? Ridiculous. Excuse me? I am no orc. I am a half-elf. I'll have you know, and damn proud of it, too. I'll be waiting on your apology, you son of a bitch. No more ridiculous than you forcing the issue of this betrothal. No, Isaiah, I will not marry you. Above all else, I do not find your company enjoyable. You may be entitled to ruin your own reputation, but I will not have you dragging me down as well by denying what is mine by rights. I will not stand for it. Was that a threat? You had best cut it with the intimidation tactics, bastard. I do not put up with such things. And if I was to decide I wanted to stab you repeatedly, I'm sure the people here who matter would be more than happy to testify that it was in fact self-defense. After all, you attacked first, and I had to kill you in self-defense. Right, everybody? And they all sort of nod with mischievous looks on their faces at that. It can speak. Nalia has trained you well. Oh, did I provoke you? Your reaction will be violent, no doubt. On your first move, I shall have my guard cut you to... What is going on here? Who are these? Oh, hello, Nalia. My deepest sympathies to you this day. Your father was a fine man. Thank you, Lord Ronal. He would be pleased to hear such praise. Stop this, Lord Ronal business. I'll not have such formalities. Farthington is my name among friends. Farthy, if out of sight of the missus. Lord Ronal, you are a positive cad. Yes, well, oh, is it true your home has been overrun by barbarians? My guards will have you home and safe in no time. There are none finer. I fear you are misinformed, sir. No, with my father's death, it was best to defer to the weapon master that saved the keep. You know the old customs, don't you? Of course, a fine tradition. I know many a name that was started in that way. The cussed words of Moran, for example. I'm glad to see you follow. Thank you, father, but it's not that simple. Nalia made a rash decision and will sort it all out shortly. Aren't the cussed words downstairs? Give them my best. Quite. All the best, my dear. Say, what have you told him? That I was run off and afraid to go back? Is this how you intend to take control of my home? My life? I'll not have it. Nalia, descend further into these whims of yours and you shall be a laughingstock. Come now. Our combined names would carry quite the weight. What do you say? You've heard what she has to say. And I believe it goes something along the lines of, go fuck yourself, I think you're a repugnant being, and I wouldn't spend time in your presence willingly if you were the last mortal left on this plane. I believe that about covers it, yes, Nalia? I say, take your name and eat it. I'll not be your puppet. Do not anger me, Nalia. I can help or hinder. I've done it before. She said her wishes. Whether you respect them or not, you will let them stand, like it or not. Your comment is asinine. Obviously, she does not know what her wishes should be. Just look at her choice of company. I will leave. For now. This is unfinished. That was a threat. I'm going to have my eye on him. I most assuredly am.
Something you need?
But
Of course.
I don't think we want to spend any more time up here. The air feels a bit foul, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm sorry for that extended exchange, but he is such a bounder, such a manipulating, such a... Oh, to Hades with the manners. He is a complete bastard, and calling him that insults bastards everywhere.
Nice, Nalia. Tell us how you really feel. Honestly, it's good to hear her just cut loose for a minute there. It really is. Yes, he did say he could help or hinder and had done it before. What on earth was he talking about? What does any of it mean? That he is a rounder, and were he not the son of Lord Ronal, I would think him capable of anything short of the criminal. This has been too much to take in. Let us get away from here, and away from... Okay. I finished up with the shopping that I'm going to do with this guy, I think. So,
Something you need?
Onward then.
now we're going to move on. I mean, he does have some other things that I want, but I don't want to go buying everything at once. We've already burnt a good chunk of our savings. As it is, I spent about 16,000 gold on that particular shopping spree. So next, I want to head up to that spell store.
Ready and to the task at hand.
I do wish these scars would heal. I have a life to continue, and I do not need to be picking at old wounds.
Well, those old wounds give us character, Jahira. They define where we've been, what we've been through, and what we've done. They're part of who we are. True enough, but I think I was speaking of emotional markings. Yes, well, perhaps I was as well. Ah, I see. They are one and the same in the long run. I imagine they will both heal in time, given favorable conditions to do so. I think we will both be fine. Well, I'm glad you've realized that, Jahira. I really am. Yeah, I really love these little snippets of dialogue from the companions like that. It's sort of the precursor to the Dragon Age banter in a way. I really like those. Now, I need to find that spell store. Is he the one? I doubt it, but let's see.
Welcome to my humble establishment.
Apparently he was. This guy sells a lot of spell scrolls. I don't see anything that he's carrying the spells that I really want, but I do want a scroll case actually, so I'll have myself one of them, so that we could carry scrolls and the like, without having to be constantly sorting through them. And hopefully that also works for just generic scrolls like this. Indeed it does. So we can just keep the generic items and store them away. Now though, we can even put books in. That's kind of cool. That'll be really handy because I get a lot of scrolls and related quest items that I want to hang on to just because I think they make for cool collectibles, but they take up ridiculous amounts of inventory space, so I'm not really in a position to do so. Now, though, I still have some of these sort of items that I need to get my hands on. Bag of holding and a quiver for arrows, for instance. Because I have a lot of stacks of arrows that I can't really do anything with at present. And that I need to address. Let's check the map again. I'm actually gonna head down. Next, I'll be heading down to the circus tent to further check out what there is to check out in this area. Let's see. I notice a guard in the doorway, and that's a little bit worrying.
For the glory of Arm!
Hold. This tent has been closed off for your own safety, citizen. The circus has been closed until this matter is resolved. Wait, what? What's going on here? We're not exactly sure. There was no problem until a show was scheduled earlier in the morning. Apparently the show began well enough, and then something occurred. Nobody has come out of the tent who went in for the show, and everyone we have sent in to investigate has not come out either. Foul magic is no doubt involved here. We are waiting for the Cowled Wizards to arrive. They will be able to solve this, I am sure. Nobody has gotten out. Well, I have been told that one of the animal trainers darted out after the show began, but we have not been able to find him as of yet. Well, I can handle myself. And Toby may be being a little bit cocky here, admittedly, but he can handle himself. That much has been proven in the past. Perhaps I can help solve this problem for you. Very well then, I'll not stop you if you wish to risk yourself, citizen. You were warned. It is no risk, not as long as we have swords and braveness to the brim of the tall glass of goodness. Right, Boo? You should be careful, Toby. There's no telling what is going on within. The city guard can't handle it. Be prepared for anything is what I always say. Okay.
Yes? As you will.
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but that mysterious tent has just become our next destination. I was actually planning to just pop into the promenade, take care of things here, and then leave for the docks, but I think this is going to be our next port of call. Also, maybe Toby hold on to the scroll case, since it does have a lot of quest-related stuff. And also that gem. Yes. I think we'll be heading in there now.
Of course.
I wasn't planning on it, but it does seem to make a lot of sense. Plus, if there's anything threatening, we've just gotten a whole bunch of new gear, so it's a good excuse for us to test out our new stuff. Upon stepping through the tent door, the world seems to shift. When it settles, you find yourself standing at one end of a bizarre walkway. As the wind blows over you, a massive tower rises on the other side of the bridge. The tent door is nowhere to be found. You shall have to go forward.
I wouldn't dream
Well,
of refusing.
ain't that just lovely? We're stuck in here. Aha! I see a wayfarer has come to amuse Kalah. You must answer a riddle, naturally, ere I will allow you to pass the bridge. Are you ready to hear it? Very well then, I am ready. See, to Toby's mind, we have to go over this bridge because the way back is blocked, and it doesn't really matter who this Kalah is because we have to cross anyways. So we may as well get on with things. Excellent. A princess is as old as the prince will be when the princess is twice as old as the prince was when the princess's age was half the sum of their present age. So the following then could be true. I've never been very good at these riddles, honestly, so I'm not sure how this will go. Let me see. The princess is, right now, the same age the prince will be when she is twice as old as he was when her age was half what it is now. Let's see. Okay, I've given it a little thought, and I think I can say, with some reasonable degree of confidence, and yes, I did pause the recording and actually think about it to try and get this right. The prince is 30 and the princess is 40. Ah, you are correct. The mighty Kalah respects those with the most agile and quick mind. Proceed across with my blessing. And we get a bunch of expa. And the genie teleports away. Nothing else in here, so let's go forward.
Who are you? Oh, whoever you are, you must flee this place at once. He's killed everyone else who has come into this place. Almost. Oh, please run.
Wait a second. Who are you talking about? Who's killed everyone? And while we're at it, why does your voice not match your avatar? Kalah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what he's done exactly or how, but everything here is an illusion, but it's magic that can hurt you if you believe in it. Oh, you probably don't understand, do you? I don't know what he's done to the tent, or with the others who have come in, but their deaths are real. You must run. Yes, who are you? How is it that a monster has the voice of a young woman? That's what Toby wants to know more than anything, honestly. I'm not a monster. I'm an elf. A winged elf. Or at least I was. This covering you see is some kind of illusion. But if you believe in it, then it becomes real. Please believe me. Go before something happens to you. I beg of you. Wait, a winged elf? I've never heard of a winged elf. What are you talking about? I come from a race of winged elves, although there aren't many of us left. From the Sundabar Mountains in the far north. My wings were cut off a long time ago, though. But that isn't important. This place is too dangerous. Go back to the city and warn everyone what is happening here. You must flee. No, I need to know what's going on here before I do anything. Oh, I hope you don't end up like the others. But alright, my name is Airy. I work in the circus with my uncle Quail. I don't know exactly what happened, but everything changed a few days ago. Everything became chaos and turned into what you see here. Although, it all isn't real. It's an illusion. The minions, they say they serve Kalah, so I know he's behind all of this. He's an illusionist in the circus, but I don't understand how he was able to do all of this. He must be stopped before he hurts any more people. Please, if you release me from my chains, I can help you stop him. Chains? What chains? I don't see any chains on you. I just see you standing there in monster form. The chains are invisible, covered by the illusion, and they are magical. They prevent me from casting my own spells, and they maintain the illusion which is placed on me. And why can I not simply dispel the illusion here? I'm pretty sure Nalia must know a dispel illusion spell. Surely we could just use that. I don't know. I tried earlier, when this first happened. Kalia's spells are too powerful somehow. He's never been that good though, so I don't know what he's done. If you free me though, together we can find out and stop him. And hopefully rescue my Uncle Quail. Okay then, how do I release you? You need the key to these chains, but it won't look like a key. There are a couple of commoners in the north side of this chamber. Don't be fooled by the illusion though. They are monsters. They have a sword which is actually my key. If you get it from them, I can remove the chains and regain my normal form. But please be careful. You can't trust anything you see here. Okay. Well, wasn't expecting that when I walked into this tent, honestly. You can't trust anything you see here.
I am here
I'll
to
have
serve.
to keep that in mind. Welcome, Lord, to Kalah's realm. Be thee not of impure mind, or surely Lord Kalah shall destroy thee. Be thee not of impure heart, or thou wilt surely destroy thyself. Kalah is the one ruler, the one true being. And who exactly is Kalah, and where is this realm I have come to located? Kalah is beyond thy ken, mortal. He is the beginning. He is the end. He is our god and king. Tremble before him, and he may take pity on thee. Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm basically ignoring them right now. Because we're taking to heart what
You must gather your
that
party before venturing
monster
forth.
that isn't a monster said. How everything here is an illusion and to trust nothing. So Toby's just going to ignore what they say to us, basically. I see werewolves. Oh, great. That's one down already.
Righteousness shall
Something you
prevail!
need. Not good. Embarrassing.
Okay.
Nature's servant, it is done.
Now,
Ready and able.
okay, now we've
Am I
cleared
needed?
away that one.
Glad to be of assistance.
Nalia, do a little bit of long distancing. And there, now nice and dead.
Just name what you want.
So let's grab what we can get for now. What the hell was that? A shadow, I see. First off, let's take these scrolls and shelve them in our scroll case.
Something you need. May the best.
Honestly, after those haunted woods, I thought we were done with shadows. Apparently not.
Ready and able. Of course.
Apparently not.
Yes.
Now we brutally murder another werewolf.
With vengeance!
Went fast.
I wouldn't dream of refusing.
Fast is good. So there comes the what I'm only assuming is the last werewolf.
Great fun!
I have to say though, this new gear that we managed to pick up is certainly proving its worth down here. That is for sure, sees.
Just as I thought.
Kalah is most amused by your progress. You may yet live as long as you continue to provide such entertainment. Are you ready to proceed? And where am I proceeding to? The next part of our little game. Alright. I have a feeling that we don't want to be angering this guy by threatening to kill him if he doesn't tell us what we want to know. I have a feeling that would be a bad idea. I really do. And there's Kalah himself, so... First of all, how about we retreat from there for now?
To the task at hand.
I believe... there was another door here? Except that one goes into this main area. Apparently we have to go to that one that has Kalah in it. Okay.
Of course.
Not too pleased by that. I really wanted to be able to do this without having to chat with him, but
you must gather your party before venturing
things are not
forth.
going my way.
You must gather.
So we'll deal with this slot.
Mm-hmm. Well done, my friend. Truly, I doubted that you would survive to meet me. Welcome to my domain. I regret that my hospitality will result in your deaths.
Well, isn't he just an utterly charming fellow?
At them, my shadows! If they be fools, my other beasts shall strike them down!
If not, the task shall fall to you, my shades. The circus now truly begins.
Aww,
Something you need.
that's so adorable. And Kalah is now going at us. We'll finish off the others first. And now we can attack him.
Let me help.
But Nalia can do magic things. And he's already badly injured. And dead. That was fast. I have a feeling the fact that we did that bit of shopping beforehand is probably a big part of what went on there, because otherwise...
No!
Well, it probably wouldn't have gone great. Mm-hmm. That's looking a lot more like what I imagine the interior of a circus tent should.
I have planned this for too long, only to have my plans shattered by some inbred northern adventurers. I just wanted to be respected.
Yeah, this was because you wanted respect. No, I believe you. Really, I do.
You've killed me, destroyed Kalah with your misplaced morals and beastly greed for adventure.
What has passed here, gnome? You replaced the circus with your personal playground? You fool. You truly know nothing? I am Kalah, an illusionist. I was made a clown mage for the pleasure of the tall folk. But I bided my time, and I was promised a world I could rule. In a mage is a criminal and a gnome is a spectacle. In this tent, in my world, Kalah was the master, where none would dare to laugh. What of the circus employees, Kalah? What have you done with all those that have disappeared in this tent? Indifference killed those fools from the circus. I treat them in death as they were to me in life. A gnome gets no respect. I just wanted people to look up to me. All that I have done. The gnome is dead. How he was able to perform these great feats of illusion will have to remain a mystery, it seems. Indeed it will.
Uncle Quail, you're okay.
And I gotta be honest, I do not regret his death in the slightest. He deserved what he got. Ha! I knew Kalah would trip over himself eventually. I'm just pleased he despised me enough to play with me, rather than dispose of me like some of the others. What would I ever do without you? I think you need to find out, my dear. I've taught you everything I can. It's time, Arian. Time for you to learn the rest on your own. You're the wisest and smartest the kindest man I'll ever know. I wasn't always, my dear. You changed that, but I can't keep you here. Toby, you can provide for her better than I. Perhaps you will take her with you? Huh, interesting. Very interesting. But Erish, and honestly, Toby is not that opposed to the idea of having a different traveling companion. But Erish, should you be willing, we would appreciate having a cleric or mage with your heart and stature. You would? You would have me travel with you? I'd love to, but oh, Quail, I would miss you. Then you shall have to come and visit me from time to time, and tell me what you've learned. Go. Go with my blessing, girl. Alright, take care of the circus while I'm away. Oh, don't worry about me. Find happiness. Maybe the pain of losing your wings will be lessened. Nothing would please me more. Be well, my Airy. And you should know something, Airy. My goal is to rescue a friend of mine, Imoen, who's been taken prisoner by the cowled wizards. It will be dangerous. Very dangerous, and that's probably putting it lightly. Are you sure you want to come? If this friend of yours, if she's in danger, then I'd be glad to help you look for her. It's the least that I owe you, no matter what the danger is. Okay, and we're going to have to do a little bit of complicated jiggery just to make sure I can get all the items off of the person I'm getting rid of, because the individual who is going to be ceasing to be a part of the group is going to be Yoshimo, surprisingly enough. It's not Animan that we're choosing to get rid of, because I want to keep it our current number of melee fighters as they are. And Yoshimo, to be honest, from a mechanical perspective, he's kind of useless. Because what his skills and such are basically the same as Toby's. And also, from a roleplay perspective, Toby finds him kind of untrustworthy. So, we do not trust him at all, just the way we met him. There's some part of Toby, just a niggling feeling that maybe he's a plant for Irenicus that will end up betraying us at the last minute. Just a little feeling that we have. Because while Animan is a sanctimonious jackass, and we don't like him in the slightest, Yoshimo, we just straight up do not trust him. So that's the issue that Toby has right now. So we're going to be removing Yoshimo from the party. So, a little bit of an upgrade to the party. And we even got to visit another dimension and take on a crazy gnome illusionist. So, that was fun. Next on the list is going to be going into the docks, because we have a few things we have to do there. We have that necklace that we stole for What's-His-Face, the guy that we're investigating for Blood Scalp. And then we have that murderer that we're looking into for the Cowled Wizards. He has a house in the docks, so we want to go there and check that out. So that's next for us, I think. We certainly aren't slowing down with the action. that's for sure.